Hi there, I'm Christine the Gemini Stitcher and welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Monday again. Wow, that's come round so fast. And I've had an extraordinarily busy week last week. I think I did mention that I will be going down to Anglesey, so I had a short sewing window this week. But I have managed to get some of my plans done from last Monday, so we'll have a look at those first. So you'll remember that I wanted to do the Maria jacket or Maria jacket from Fibre Mood Patterns, and I'll pop you a link of the image there so you know what I'm talking about. Confession time, ladies, I did not get time to do it. The reason being, I printed the pattern off and pattern matched it all myself and merrily cut it all out to the size medium, following the size medium lines on the pattern. And then that evening, I decided to read the pattern instructions, ready to start sewing the following day. And there, glaring me in the face, was one of the files. Read this before you start. Schoolgirl error there. So when I opened the file up and read it, I've never made Fibre Mood patterns before, and apparently they have a size line and a separate cutting line that has the seam allowance in. And you've got it. I'd cut it at the size line. I'll just pop a little image up here so you can see I've redone the pattern this morning and cut it out. And you can see there is definitely a size line, and then where I've highlighted it, that should have been my cutting outline. So I drew around all the lines. I wasn't making any mistakes again this morning, and I've cut the pattern out again. So I'll be cutting the fabric out this afternoon, ready to start sewing that jacket tomorrow. So it will be on next week's makes now. If you didn't see it, this is the gorgeous fabric that I've got to make the jacket in. I've bought it from Minerva. It is still available, and I'll pop the link down below. It is a quilted double gauze. Look at that fabric. I am absolutely made up with this. So that's the outside. It's got quilting in the middle, sandwiched in, and then the inside is like a dark charcoal colour. So what I'm planning on doing is binding all the seams on the inside as well, just to make things hard for myself. Just grab this. And I'm going to use this plain, gorgeous, bright yellow cotton to make my own binding. So it will all look fabulous on the inside as well as the outside. Fingers crossed. So hopefully that will be on next week's makes to show and tell next Monday. So that's my confession out of the way. The first thing that I did make, which was on my makes, there was only 2 things on there, and one of them I didn't do, but the other one I have done. This is them. They are my Closet Core Mitchells in the gorgeous ochre linen. There we go, with the cute tabs on the side. I'm calling these my buffet pants because I'm hoping that when I've been out for a big meal, I can slacken these off and it'll release a bit of the tension on my midriff. I'll let you know if it works. I'm hopeful. So they've got the tabs on the side. Just turn them around because I'm extremely proud of the fact that I have put a welt pocket in the back. I've only ever done welt pockets once before, so I'm really pleased with that. I had to take my time, but it's worked. Proper working pocket. And then the inside, just pull it out, has got a gorgeous pop of yellow. It's a cotton lawn that I've had in my stash for a while, so I'll put that on the inside of there. Turn them back round. So the front has got a pleat detail that meets up with the top part of the pocket, front pocket. And then, again, come here, inside my front pocket, we've got the cute yellow lining. So they're my Mitchells. I'll pop a picture of me wearing them, posing in them. See if you think I look like the model from the pattern. This is me. And this is the model that I've tried to replicate. She's obviously a lot taller than me. Lovely long legs. I've got short, stumpy legs, so I struggled to get up on the stool, to be honest. I'm pleased with those. Really pleased. So, what am I going to be making this week? Oh, I made something else last week. Well, two more things. Bear with me. So here we go. This is the first thing that I've made. I'll try and get it on there so you can see. Move it back a bit. It is one of the Marlow cardigans, and I've done some colour blocking, I suppose you would call it. I call it using up scrap fabrics. I had some of this gorgeous blue fleece, patterned fleece left, but nowhere near enough to make the jacket, so I found some plain blue to use for the sleeves and then put patterns on the cuff to match it all in. And then the waist hem has also got the pale blue. I just need to get some chunky buttons for it, and then when it's finished I'll take some pics and I'll show you them next time. So that was the Marlow. Wasn't on my list of plans, I know, but when I had the disaster with the other jacket, I just had to leave it. Sometimes that's the best thing to do. I will go back to it and we'll make a start on cutting it out this afternoon. I'm in the right frame of mind for it again. So, fingers crossed, that one will be done next week. The last thing I did was make a start on my next of my Make Nines, which is the Una dress from Sew Over It. I'll pop a little image of the Una dress up there so you can see what I'm talking about. And this is what I've made it in, this cute polka dot sage green viscose linen. So it is a sundress, if I can find my way through it. So there's the front, and it has ties that you can put either at the front or the back. I actually liked it at the front, and here's an image of me wearing it. Hopefully, when I've got a tan, it will look a bit better. So that's the Una dress, which is one of my Make Nines. So that's what I've made in my short week. I only had 4 days sewing this week, so not bad. Not bad at all. What am I doing next week? Apart from making a start on my fibre mood jacket. Well, I always have to set myself targets that are way out of my reach, but by setting them, it keeps me on track, and hopefully, if I get 50% of what's on the list made, then I class that as a win. Because let's face it, life gets in the way, doesn't it? So, what are we making next week? Have you seen the new Sew House 7 pattern, the blouse pattern? It is absolutely stunning. If you haven't, here's a little sneak peek at it. And I am going to make a blouse to go with my linen pants in that design. So what I'm going to do is a bit of colour blocking. I'm going to be using this gorgeous, all fabric's gorgeous, but this is really nice. It is a white cotton embroidered with an ochre flower pattern all over it. So I'm going to use that for the bodice, the bottom half, and the main part of the sleeves are going to be done in that. But then the top part here and the cuffs I'm going to do in the linen that I made the trousers in, so that it makes a little cord. What do we think? So that's my next little plan for next week. Nothing like keeping myself busy, is there? And then I thought I only had one more thing on my list, but I've put two more on. Silly me. Anyway, turquoise linen for my holidays. So I've got let's just check, building the pattern book. And when I've tidied out my sewing shack, I found it. Forgot I had it. And what I want to make is that gorgeous beach throw-on in this turquoise linen. So what do we think? We'll give it a go. That may not get done next week because the building the pattern book has all the patterns in the back. I'll just pull them out and you can appreciate why it might not get done, because it involves tracing the pattern. Just bear with me a second. Should have pulled these out beforehand, shouldn't I? Okay. So you can see all the patterns are on these sheets, but let's just pull one out and then you can see my problem or my challenge. Can you see? They all overlap each other, so you can't just find your size and cut them out. You've got to trace them. So that may not happen next week. It might be on the week after, but we'll see how I get on. It might be something that I fancy doing one day and then I'll make a start on it. And then, honestly, this is the last thing I've put on my list because I know I'm overstretching myself already. This is a cotton linen that I've had in my stash for a good few years. And I've really struggled what to make with it. I'll open it out and then you can see my dilemma. It's that way round. It's got gorgeous pattern up the middle, and then the edges have got a different pattern on either side. So what I thought was, hopefully, I would use it to make another of the Una sundresses. That way I'll have plenty of fabric to play around with. So I'm thinking of using the centre panel. Let me just get this the right way round. There we go. Using that centre panel piece there to do the front and the back, but only doing it in that pattern down to a low slung waist level. So I'm going to slash the pattern in half, and then the bottom half I'm going to turn fabric that way and have that pattern just at the bottom. What do we think? Do you think it'll work? You've got to try these things, haven't you? Just merrily cutting plain fabric out all the time gets a bit boring at times. So that's what I'm going to try to do with that fabric for the Una dress. And that is de-stashing my fabric for my fabric weight loss challenge as well. So winner, winner. That's all my plans for this week. If you like what I'm doing, if you like the fabrics, I'm going to check Some of them, obviously, that are from my stash, you're not going to get any more. The ones that are still available, I will put the links below for them. And if you want any more information, then comment below. One last thing I want to say before I disappear and go and cut my jacket out, I'm getting all excited about that, is a thank you. Somebody, and you know who you are, I'm not mentioning names because not everybody likes their name shouted out on social media. But I did a little intro video last week explaining why I am doing the YouTube channel for my local hospice charity to try and raise money. And a lovely lady has put a donation on my Just Giving page. I was blown away. So, you know who you are. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. It really means a lot to me. And somebody who doesn't know me to just go on the link for my Just Giving from that little video explaining what I'm about and why I'm doing this was phenomenal. So, really, truly, thank you ever so much. The link for my Just Giving page is put at the bottom of every video that I do. If you want to donate, thank you. If you don't, then subscribing and liking my videos is more than enough to help me get out there and promote my charitable work and my sewing. So take care. Have a fantastic sewing week. I know I'm going to. I'm going to be extremely busy, aren't I? And I will see you next Monday for more Monday Makes and Plans. I will also be doing a couple of other videos probably in the week. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe. It's free. Comment, like my videos, and help me get on the YouTube platform, because being a new channel, all the help, comments, likes, and subscribes I get help me to progress. So take care, happy sewing, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.